See, I sent an email to my list yesterday, and I explained to my list that, in business, sometimes if you don't have the money, you just have to be resourceful. And somebody replied back and said, well, you know what? There are people that are living paycheck to paycheck. And if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you really need to listen to this video because I'm going to try to explain something to you about living paycheck to paycheck. So you have to understand that the fact that you're living paycheck to paycheck is probably the number one reason why you need to try to do something different with your life. Not unless you're cool with living paycheck to paycheck. If you're cool with it, then that's cool. But if you're dissatisfied with living paycheck to paycheck and you don't like having just enough money to the weekends or to the 2 weekends, and then you get another check again and you need that money just into the next 2 weekends, and that's just pretty much a cycle of life that you're going through. And if you're dissatisfied with that, I can help you change that. However, you need to understand that when a person is paying you paycheck to paycheck, they're feeding you just enough money to keep you coming back. So they're never going to give you so much money where you don't have to mess with them anymore. And they're not going to give you so much money to where you're not going to be able to get back to them. So when you're working paycheck to paycheck, you're living paycheck to paycheck, the job is giving you just enough money so you can come back there every day and keep working. Okay? And that's how it's designed to do. It's never designed to give you enough where you won't have to come back. It is not designed to give you so little that you can't get there. And this really is a form of modern day slavery because you're kind of like a gerbil or a hamster on that little wheel. When you're just running on the wheel, you're staying in one place. And that is the reason why you need to do something different with your life. Because nothing's going to change as long as you stay living paycheck to paycheck. And this is what is very interesting to a lot of people, where they've been so conditioned to think that that type of experience or that type of condition is normal. And it doesn't have to be normal. But we've been conditioned to think that this is a normal experience, I always have just enough money. And if something big happens and I don't have enough money, so you're living paycheck to paycheck and your car breaks down. Now you're stuck because you got just enough money to make it to the next 2 weeks if nothing happens. And this is the issue a lot of people are living in, and they think this is ignoring behavior because so many other people are still living paycheck to paycheck. And so for all the people that want to do something different, I can show you how to learn the skills to not live paycheck to paycheck anymore. Okay? But you have to be willing to go and reach out and learn how not to live paycheck to paycheck, because there's a lot of people that are not living that kind of lifestyle. But the majority of people in America are living paycheck to paycheck. And it's so that when somebody comes to them and says, this is what you can do to try to improve your situation, their attitude is that, well, I don't have the money because I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Well, the reason that the fact that you don't have the money and you're living paycheck to paycheck should be the reason why you're trying to do something different with your life. And I really feel for people that are caught in that trap, because at one time I was caught in that trap and I started doing things that were illegal to try to bring in more money because I was living paycheck to paycheck and I was working 40 plus hours a week and still really didn't have enough money to do what I wanted to do. And so I started doing illegal things that could have got me into a lot of trouble if I got caught. Thank God I didn't get caught up in it, and I was able to get away from that over a period of time. So I really want to implore you that if you don't like living paycheck to paycheck, click on the link below, watch the video, and it's going to offer you something, and it's going to offer you to learn a skill set that's going to allow you not to live paycheck to paycheck. This is not for everybody. If you don't want to work, it's not for you. If you think this is a lottery ticket, it's not for you. And it just may not be for you because it's just not for you. But if you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, if you're tired of having just enough money, if you're tired of stressing out thinking if something happens as far as an emergency, or if my child needs something for school, or if they want something for a trip or some clothes, I can't do it because I'm living paycheck to paycheck. If you're tired of being in debt up to your eyes because you're living paycheck to paycheck and then you're using your credit card to supplement the money that you don't have, you need to get with me and I can show you a skill set so you can learn how not to live paycheck to paycheck. Because there's something common amongst everybody in this society that's not living paycheck to paycheck. And a lot of us are not hip to that because we've been conditioned to think that that type of condition is normal. So click on the link below if you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck and you really desire to want to do something about it. This is David W. Williams, the online traffic expert. Peace out.